County Sheriff's deputies say they are still investigating a weekend burglary in Quincy. The investigation has already led to 3 arrests. Deputies were dispatched Sunday evening to the 4300 block of North Bottom Road. They found 6 firearms and several hundred rounds of ammunition had been stolen. Deputies then stopped a vehicle connected to the investigation. The suspects threw several weapons out of the car. Investigators say gun owners need to secure their guns.
I think the guns definitely need to be secured better than they are. Not just this incident, but we've had other car burglaries and such where people will leave a vehicle unlocked with a weapon in the vehicle. That's how some of these guns get into the hands of the wrong people.
This investigation is still ongoing. If you have any information, you're urged to call police.